Hey everyone, it's Fitz from the home office. Been a busy day. Been working on this and that as I prepare for what we have up our sleeve for the upcoming football season. Poured a lava lamp back here. Didn't even get turned on. That guy got the day off. Just realized it. Hey, it's stressful out there right now, folks. I'm going through it. I'm kind of pinned up at home. I sit in my office here or I sit around the house. I have great company with the wife and dogs here at home. A lot of us are stressed. A lot of us are getting kind of pushed to our limits, and I get it. I wandered into social media today, which I'm really doing less and less of because there's so much hostility from human to human on social media. And I did come across something that I found very interesting at GoPowercat's Facebook page, and it dealt with both Bruce Weber and Gene Taylor affirming their support of what's happened with the NBA and other pro athletes sitting out games in support of the protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I know that there's a lot of people with split feelings on this and mixed feelings. And I'm going to ask you to do something that may be impossible for some of you, and it wasn't possible for me a few years ago. Honestly, cancer really changed that for me and made things a little bit separate for me. I can parse things out a little bit better. Try to separate the thought that black men in particular are feeling very endangered in our society from what they view as over-aggressive policing. And a lot of them have been shot. So try to separate out that feeling that their lives matter, that black lives matter, and parse that away from the actual organization BLM, which is honestly very controversial. They stand for some things that I don't stand for, but that doesn't mean I don't believe that black people need better, more fair treatment from our criminal justice system. I know you don't tune in for politics, but just try to not have that reaction to the phrase Black Lives Matter that I used to. I used to just say, well, it's the organization. It doesn't necessarily mean the organization. So when Gene Taylor or Bruce Weber mentions that Black Lives Matter, they're not saying Kansas State supports the organization, the financial entity that is BLM. They're saying simply, you matter to us. You do matter to us. You're our athletes, you're our coaches, you're our friends, you're our alumni. You're an important part of the K-State community. That's all they're saying. So try to work on that. I know it's not been easy for me, and I finally really grasp it now. Move on to funner topics. Where's the more fun? Senior holdovers. This is a big topic right now, and Chris Kleiman mentions they haven't even talked about it. They don't even know who might be a senior holdover. What I mean is the NCAA now is saying that seniors can go back next year and be a senior again. I did that at K-State. My parents weren't real happy, but I was a fifth-year senior. I was not in postgraduate studies either, just having fun. I would have gone for 6 if I didn't feel like I would be disowned. Well, there are some guys that I've identified that I think would be good candidates that are seniors on the current K-State roster that I would love to see come back. And they all have the same thing, the similarity that runs through them, and you'll identify that immediately. And I'm going to start with new starting center Noah Johnson, who played sparingly last year as a junior. He's a junior college transfer. He came to K-State, sat out, then decided he wanted to play football when Kleiman was hired. I would love for Noah Johnson to come back in 2021 and anchor that offensive line. He's already the leader of the group there. Get another year out of him. That'd be great. Also, the guy he kind of goes up against in practice, Drew Wiley, nose tackle, senior, finally gets a chance to play. It's been an awfully congested position, a lot of people in front of him, and now he's finally making his breakthrough as a senior. If he stays healthy, I'd love it if Drew Wiley came back. And finally, Jerron McPherson, who's kind of bounced around, been injured, and now has moved back to a safety spot. Jerron, come back here. You're kind of a fan favorite, even though you haven't really played a lot. And if this season goes well, come back, play some more. Well, it's these type of topics we're talking about at GoPowercat at Wabash Station. We're having a good time with it. 50% off right now at GoPowercat through the end of the month. Better get it in, get that taken care of as we celebrate 24/7's 10th anniversary, 10 years old, almost out of grade school. Yeah, 50% off. It's terrific. Finally, I want to finish with this. I'm just deriving so much enjoyment from the circus that is Big Ten. That Big Ten football now is so chaotic that Nebraska football players sued the conference because they can't play. I love it. the conference kind of just pushed it off and said, we don't really comment. And they want to know what every chancellor and president voted. And the Big Ten says, you don't get to know that. We're the Big Ten. Well, I think the courts will probably decide differently, that that should be part of Freedom of Information Act and being state-run schools. These are big decisions made by the chancellors and presidents, and probably each vote will eventually be revealed, much to the discomfort of many in charge. That's it for this delivery. A little bit longer, a little bit heavier than usual. But I'm Fitz. I'll be back with more. I hope you have a good weekend. This one's going to last for the weekend. And remember, head on over to Wabash Station when you become a GPC VIP. It's a good place to talk K-State sports. And really, we talk about heavy topics without a lot of bickering.